And welcome back. This is map 2 for HDC, the House Divided campaign. This is week 3 on the campaign board. In this match, it is on the big campaign board. It is Hampton's Legion, HL, supported by 8th Georgia, attacking EB in Petersburg. So big fight on the Eastern Theater here. Now let's take a look at the two teams here. CSA has no Artie, but they have on their infantry 83rd under Major Painter. Let's see, who else we got? We got PB under Colonel Legion. We have 9th Corps under Colonel Pratley. We've got HL under Sergeant Major Wilkes. Am I missing anybody? KB. Who is leading KB? Is it Knight? It is Knight. Am I missing anybody? SR is in here as well. And I don't think I'm missing anybody else. It looks like they're going for a full send left. So as they start moving with the full send left, the Union looks like they got two gun teams. They've got the 2nd Maine under Sergeant Soldier, who's part of EB, and they got Lieutenant Mattis from the 42nd. All right, also we've got 19th Indiana under Captain Modelhart. We've got Kilroy and Hood leading the 42nd. We've got 17th under, MWB I should say, under Captain Kittens. We've got Hazard, Major One Type, leading the EB. Is this the rest of the Hood? Yeah, it is. All right. And let's see. And then on this far right side here, we've got IVB here under Quartermaster Sergeant Mickey. 20th New York, 79th New York are also in here somewhere, but I have lost track of them. And I also lost track of the 4th West Virginia here, who's also in this fight. I believe that is everybody. If I missed you, I do apologize. Please let me know. So it is a full send on the right here. Now let's see if the Union can get their forces here in time to hold it. Yep, there's 79th moving in. And the first line of defense, though, is IVB here. Let's see what they can do to hold the line here until reinforcements can come up. And they let off an initial volley, and they are going to fall back behind cover to get their reloads. In the meantime, here comes EB in the road. 42nd also letting off a volley. EB putting down a volley, but here it comes. All right, the Union is flooding reinforcements here. Can they hold off this stream? It is a melee, and it is a mass fight here. We will see if the CSA can punch through. This is going to take everything the Union's got here. There's Hood distracting some of the CSA elements and trying to hold it back here. You also got EB on this other side of the fence also putting down some fire. But it looks like the forces on the other side, IVB and his friends, are getting overwhelmed. I don't know if they can hold. And the door might be open now. There's a little bit of disorganization here. I think Hood has seen the danger. He is going to move his men over, but that's going to open up these guys here. If they can push forward and wipe out IVB before Hood arrives, they'll be in a good position. A lot is going to be how fast Hood can get the 42nd up and over and moving. Here they come. Can EB hold out long enough for these reinforcements to come in? You've also got this second line down here, and this is going to be key if IVB can get back into the fight quickly. I think if they lose this position here, it is going to be very hard to recover. EB is holding on here. Can they hold out until reinforcements come? Here is the 42nd. Hold until relieved. Hold until relieved. Here comes IVB now moving up. Was this enough time? Did they hold long enough? It is still by a thread, to be honest with you. It is a mass of units here for the CSA. What is going on this other side here? So they've got 20th New York here to guard the Artie, and it looks like they have succeeded in allowing at least a couple Artie pieces to move back. And they have, for now, staunched the bleeding here, but Hood is losing troops quickly, and there's a lot of reinforcements flooding in here. Can the rest of the Union get moving here and get back in position? This is, I'll be honest, it's a little bit dangerous here. These are long-distance volleys here. They're going to try to do some long-distance supporting here, but As you can see, while that's going on, Hood is going to take all this fire here. And once they get done with Hood, they're going to eat IVB. So it's all about mutual support right now for the Union to stop this gaping hole. And as you can see, now that Hood has kind of had to be pushed back a bit, the CSA is able to push up now. And now here is who's going to try to get a flank fire. Or is he going to go for the Artie? I'm not sure, one or the other. And that's dragging Hood off to react to that. That's going to thin out these defenses here. And that is going to unleash the 83rd and 9th Corps to slam into IVB, who does not have any support yet. This will not end well for the IVB. And let's see. They are going to try to get back here, but they are going to get slaughtered on the way. You do have a secondary line here, but it is taking a little bit too long for the Union to get moving. And you see the, let's see, 42nd has been pushed back to this hill right here. They do have a single battery back here. And they are trying to get a second one back as best they can. But they're having some trouble right now. That is not good. You cannot take any delays. And as you can see here, they are now punching on through. EB and MWB are going to try to stop this, along with 19th. But that is a lot of CSA looking down at them, and they are a little bit behind on tickets now. To be honest with you, this is no longer, unless there's a maneuver going on, there's no point in doing this. I'll be honest with you, all you're going to do is get hit by tickets here. They're just going to eat you. Unless there's a flank attack, and Hood is kind of getting something going here. But, yeah, these guys are just going to get eaten. Here we go, 83rd in front. And they are going to just eat the MWB and the EB. And now the next meal ticket here is 19th. They're going to go in, but they're just going to get eaten too. IVB, Jeff Knight's desperately trying to get his men back in to help out Hood as he tries to stem the tide here and hold this last position off. This costs him a lot of tickets to do so. Here comes Jeff Knight charging into the side. Can they help Hood out and stabilize? A lot's going to count on how much the Union can get back into this fight here. A pretty decent charge here between the IVB and the 42nd has stabilized. And the CSA has been forced back. It took a lot of tickets to do so. This is not a great position here. But the Union has managed to stave off disaster here through several efforts here, but by a final counterattack by the 42nd and then supported by the IVB. And looks like the Union is going to try to chase off the CSA and reestablish their position. They know that right now the CSA is disorganized, and they're going to try to take advantage of it and buy back some of the time and some of the space that they have lost. And EB is out front. Here's Major Hazard leading the way. Now, while this fight has all gone on, the Union has managed to get two guns back here into position, and they've got 20th as a guard.
Stuck in my gut.
I don't know why you guys didn't come through this angle here, I'll be honest with you. It's a lot easier. But, in any event, the Union has reestablished control with that major assault and has another defensive line here. Although, who are they sending back over here? So, 42nd has rotated out here, but it looks like the CSA is doing another full send to that side. So, 42nd might be thinking of a flank attack, but they don't want to get too far out of position here. And here comes EB. They're going to try to get a volley in and keep the CSA off-footed for a little bit and regain some time. And nice volley there by the EB. Looks like West Virginia and 17th and 79th are all joining in. Here's 19th Indiana as well. What can the CSA do? They're kind of strung out here along the line here. This is what the Union wants, and now you see Hood has brought his men up to support. If they can keep the CSA bottled up over here, they will be in an excellent position. That last attack was by a thread. That counterattack really was by a thread here. We'll see if the CSA is thinking any other options here. Wilkes has got his guys behind the hill, and they are in an excellent position to outflank the Union. I think that's what he's thinking he's going to do here. So I'll check back on him, but I think Wilkes has a plan now. And he might be able to flank around the Union here. And it looks like Legion might go with him, and that's going to be a pretty powerful force if these elements here can keep the Union distracted. Now KB's doing this maneuver as well. That might be a little bit too much. I think Union might have seen the trick. And now that has, you see 19th Indiana is redeploying, as is 42nd. And they're going to have an opportunity here now that the CSA is redeploying to reset their defense. And if they can get there in time, get them out in the open. But it looks like Wilkes here has succeeded. He was the first one to move. And he has, the 20th is still here to defend. They might be able to delay him just long enough for Hood to come up, along with the 19th Indiana. Can the cannons get into this fight here and make it worth all this sacrifice? Here comes EB charging in to knock out Wilkes.
I see him. I'm aiming for those boys coming over the ridge.
All right. The Union sacrificed a lot for those two arty guns. We'll see if it's worth it. Although right now this attack here, ooh, KB is getting hit hard by the 42nd. But there's another attack developing here. PB coming in with a volley. Cresting and recovering. Getting back down by Legion. And we got another attack developing over here. And it is Prattley. Who is he going against? His old nemesis, Jeff Knight, in the IVB. But Jeff Knight caught him out in the open and got him with a nice volley. Night Squad's going to go in, but they don't have much left. So this time, Jeff Knight wins. It has been a battle between those two regiments this entire match. So they failed to get this one gun carriage up. They kind of got it stuck here at this little position here. It is much easier going up this way, guys. But can they still got at least one arty, they got one piece ready, and they let off a shot here. And they are going to disrupt the 83rd as they try to push up. The danger right now is there's no real support here on this right side. If the CSA can slip a unit through here, they might be able to outflank the arty and come up behind here, wipe them out, and then get a nice flank on this Union line here. We'll see if the CSA can take advantage of that. But right now they're in a big line battle here, and I think that's actually benefiting the Union a bit. They are behind on tickets. But not too much here. The time is the big problem. I'll be honest with you. This I kind of said it already, but if they're going to make up ground, it's going to have to be from arty. Arty is going to have to really carry this. And they're going to have to... Ooh, they did some damage there. They really got to put in some heavy shots here and really disrupt these guys. That is going to be really the only way for the CSA to make up tickets. Oh, here we go. Wilkes is doing what I thought he was going to do. He has seen a seam. There is no defense. Oh, he might be going a little bit too shallow, though. Where's he going? Oh, why'd you come over here? Oh, Wilkes. Oh, I'm sorry, brother. You should have done what these guys were doing. Bubba Cat knows. I don't know why he just came in there. That's the kill zone. Oh, there was a charge out here by 42nd. Looks like they wiped out PB, but they are now on taking losses. And here's Bubba Cat now with some nice flanking shots here on the arty. It's going to be up to 20th New York to push him off. And there's Mr. Edler in the corn. All right, now that this right side is open, though, it looks like Jeff Knight is thinking about doing some flanking fire. Good awareness by him. He might be able to get some good shots where the CSA thinks they're safe. Let's go in and follow him and see how he does on this little attack here. I wouldn't charge, but coming out, shooting him in the volley here, getting him into a kill box, I would definitely do that. see those flags going down. 19 trying to hold on. Like I said, it's up to this Artie, man. They really got to, man. What? Mattis is pulling the gun back. Interesting. Yeah, unless you got Artie raining down, you should have canister raining down on this right now. Just double canister, just send it. See, now the seam is open. Here comes Pratley. This flank is open. As soon as the CSA realizes this, the Union line is going to collapse. And in fact, the Union line, I think they already pulled back. So now with them pulling back, all this effort to save the Artie has been for nothing. And they are just going to get swallowed. So, any advantage the Union would have had that I think could have gotten them even again has now kind of collapsed. And the entire Union team is going to pull back and reconsolidate further back, but they're too far behind on tickets. They have no Artie advantage. And the CSA can just punch right through you.
When you're in private events, it doesn't matter if you're private or not. You're still right that you are the Discord.
And it looks like the Union is going to try to get a new defensive line here set up just below the ridge line. That's probably their best option at the moment. But this is going to be a tough fight.
You're right here. You're right here. Shoulder 19.
Alright. That's bayonet.
And it looks like now that the field is open, the CSA is going to start maneuvering out. Alright, these are out-of-line tickets that the Union cannot afford to lose right now. I will be honest with you, this is... That is a tragedy right there for the Union. You cannot afford to lose 10 tickets for that. Sorry I'm calling you out, guys, for the guys that are doing it, but... Not on Cooks. Every ticket matters on the defender. And trust me, I know you guys are all good shots, but... It was not worth 10 tickets any shots you were getting. Nice shots by the 19th Indiana. But now the CSA has plenty of room to maneuver around. There's a base of fire that's developed out here by IVB, kind of guarding the spawn and watching the back door. But, see this crest and recover here by the EB.
Big man, stay down here. Big man. Hold on.
And with that, the CSA has been put down onto taking losses. But Union is well behind here. Here's KB. They're going to get one of their signature volleys in. And look at the holes they just punched into. Man, 19th Indiana. Holy shit. Another nice volley by Knight there, but now here comes a 1-2 punch. Here comes 9th Corps. They just punched at 53rd pretty damn hard. Alright, looks like we do have an attack developing here 42nd is going to try to retake this Artie position, but who is here to stop him? It is Wilkes with the HL, along with GB from the KB. Oh, but Hood is going to slam into him with a nice volley here. They have retaken that Artie position, but at what cost? Not really to the 42nd, but the entire Union defense has kind of collapsed here. We'll see if they can get this gun back going here. They've done a pretty good job of clearing off the HL. Alright, so now that has allowed the gunners to come in, but Pratley has seen the danger, and he is going to attack in to make sure they don't get the guns back in position. Good awareness here by Mr. Pratley. And I don't think, let's see if Hood can stop him. His men are kind of spread out right now. So a nice reaction there by Pratley has kind of foiled this plan here by Mr. Hood. And with that, Union is on breaking, and CSA is well poised to take the point with KB right here. And they've got the rest of the Union kind of bottled up over here. 83rd and PB are keeping these guys, IVB, well out of position, as is EB. It's over, guys. You got to take the point. Anything you're doing right now besides taking the point is meaningless. Here comes 19th Indiana. Can they get there on time to help? Can they get there? They are starting to take the point back, so that's good. And then here is a charge here by EB and IBB. We'll see if they can knock back this element that's right here.
Here we go.
So they were able to swallow that unit pretty well here, but now there's a counterattack. 83rd is going to kind of cut off their main, while PB is going to go for point. But it looks like PB is going to get slaughtered here by this element here, which is MWB and EB. And it looks like 79th is in there as well. Like I say, 83rd is now tangoing with 42nd coming out of main. And 42nd will wipe out the 83rd. And what is this up here? 19th Indiana has moved up with MWB on the opposite side here, and they're kind of delaying Wilkes here, and along with 9th Corps. And that has allowed for the Union to reestablish control of point, if just for now. I think the key is, can these guys get back? The Artie's done, guys. I'll be honest with you. The Artie's over. Spawn infantry. I hate to be mean like that, but it's done. You're just 10 tickets right now that the Union can't afford to lose. Artie's always a gamble on this map, but you kind of have to know kind of when to cut sling on it. Because it could be a ticket sink if you're not cognizant. Unless you know you got security with you, don't go up there. Alright, now 19th Indiana is going to pull back. Pretty much the last stand now for the Union. His Hood's going to try to rotate out to kind of get some flanking fire for when the CSA charges, as the rest of the Union sets up, and the CSA is currently on this hill.
Southeast 94, onto the line. Southeast 94,
Okay, so Hood is not going to just sit back on his laurels here. He is actually going to do a forward attack here and get a pretty good volley off as they come out in the open. I think his goal is just to try to buy time any way he can and stack up these units and get them to follow him into a bit of a trap here. Right now, it is KB with Knight and Legion with the PB. And it actually worked with PB. You see, they got up on line here. It delayed him. It's not long, but it did delay him. Knight did not stop. And now you see 42nd has come back down under this defilade to get their reloads. And they'll be ready to ambush the KB if they pop out unsuspecting here. Although Legion looks like he's going to try to flank around. And Hood now has 2 dilemmas here he's got to deal with. Nice volley there from the 8th Georgia. He's actually got 3 units that Hood's trying to deal with. He's also taken fire. Is this Wilkes over here? No, it's the 83rd. So 42nd is dealing with multiple units at the same time here. And now here's this flanking attack by Legion against the 42nd, and is going to exact a little bit more of a toll from them as they try to pull back. On the other side here, we have who has moved up. It is Pratley with the 9th Corps, and he is facing off with MWB and the EB, along with 4th West Virginia on this side over here. Now, this element out here, I would say, is a little bit exposed. I would not hang out here. I would pull back a little bit, at least under the defilade, back here a little bit. And I think they have realized that, and they are pulling back. All right, although here we got an attack developing here. EB is going to push up a bit.
Company, dress left, dress left, dress left, dress left, dress left.
As is the 19th Indiana and MWB. They're going to get some shots at the 9th Corps, but it's about an even trade. Let's see, EB's going to get a shot off. But then, is that HL? I believe it is. It is HL is going to be able to shoot him in the back as they try to egress. And now we've had Knight has been able to push up here, and here's PB on the flank. Squeezing the unit line here. Let's see, Hood is going to try to rotate out to try to deal with PB on this flank. Meantime, here we've got IVB here in the center overlooking the point. Trying to make sure there's no sneak cap by the CSA. And I think the right now, if I had to guess, I believe the CSA is aiming for increasing the casualties to get the most that they can out of this fight. And they're going to try to get them down to the last stand, which they are not too far from. Oh, we got an attack. Knight's going to do an attack, but I'm going to watch this attack over here. And it is 9th Corps is going to try and deal with EB, but here comes EB wrapping around the hay bales. And they have been able to easily knock out the 9th Corps. Nice attack here by Mr. Hazard. And I didn't see what happened over here. Now the CSA is also on breaking. It looks like KB was not able to punch through the IVB. But, oh, who came up here? All right, looks like Wilkes has gotten the HL involved, and they're going to try to knock out them. But the 19th Indiana has come into support, along with the MWB, and they might be able to chase off the HL. But again, it's so close to last stand now. These are some good counterattacks, good mutual support, but just not enough, I don't think. And let's see here. Hood is just trying to buy time. He has eaten the 8th Georgia now. And he has secured that flank. Let's see how far he goes. Union is the hair away from last stand now. At 20th New York here with a skirmish line out there trying to restrain those guys. Oh, but Hood might just get flanked here by Legion. Did he see him? Oh, Hood saw him. And he has been able to ambush Legion instead here. Although Legion was able to get him to last stand, but that's about it for the PB for now. 42nd has knocked them off, although they are now at last stand. No more respawns for the Union. 16 minutes remaining. And this is the final stand now. To be honest with you, I might just do a, it's a little bit meta. Do a final charge and just end it, just to minimize casualties. But that's for the game board. I don't know.
They're moving right, boys.
83rd getting a volley off into 42nd.
Line up to the left of this line right here and get your kits. Come on. Line, get your kits.
By the way, if you're looking for an event on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern,
Over the
HDC still has room for a few more units. See, server pop is 260, so you see, still fit a couple more in. So, you know, if you're looking for an event, you know, it looks fun to you. You know, you got the board aspect and you got this aspect, the in-game aspect. So, you know, that sounds interesting. And you're a unit looking for an event, check it out. If you are a new player and you see these guys out here rolling and you want to join, I have left in the Discord, in the description, a link to these guys' Discord. One looks good. Check them out. Join their Discord. Find out their times. And if it works, join up. They do more events than just this tonight. They'll do events, you know, they all have different schedules, but they, you know, they got events for U times, events for NA times, during the week, weekends. So just check them out. See what works best for you if it's something that you think you would enjoy. I sure as hell enjoyed watching it, so. To be honest with you, now this is a bit meta. Since you're on last stand, you can spread out now. You don't have to worry about out-of-line tickets anymore. So you can spread out like the 20th is and kind of try to avoid massing up in big clumps. Oh, here's 9th Corps, but they got caught here by, who is this? Mr. Mattis with his gun crew. Trying to put some fire into him.
Practiced in the park. Dirges in the dark of the day.
Good to keep the morale up.
I think we got a lot of new people.
Oh, come the fuck on. I just spawned.
Hey, they have a
Two
ramp.
Bambo.
Top of the hill, top of the head, snake game.
Top of the heads.
Scally's brigade.
Oh, is that Sabaton?
Here comes Proudly with the flank. I do like you use the concealment. Use the concealment for the approach. Coming through the bushes. Use any advantage you can get. I don't think it's too small. If it gives you a little bit of cover, if it gives you some concealment, whatever. Use it. Take it. And we got a counter move here. We have IVB now moving up to join with the 17th and 19th Indiana.
I'm dying to the night, to light the sacrificial right. I saw Satan.
This was actually a pretty good counterattack. And now here comes HL getting in the mix. This, I think, is the end.
I'm so sorry.
And that is the end. Oh, not quite yet. And this will be the final push here by Mr. Knight.
Hey, they're nuts.
That's it, boys. Y'all can do it. We did it. Sorry.
It's a pretty decisive win there. Also on this one for the CSA. I think the Union had the right idea. I just think a little bit slow in that beginning on reconquering that right. They had a great counterattack on it when they did it. And I think they did a great job of resetting that front line. The Arty just didn't produce enough, I'll be honest. Not for the sacrifice that it was. I hate to say it, guys. Not that you had bad shots. You need to get into the fight sooner, and they need to have a little bit more effects than what you had. I mean, this mass here needed to be full of canister when it happened. And I saw maybe one shot. No. It's got to be better than that, if that's going to be your strategy. But I hope you all enjoyed. That's all I've got. Until next time, it's Coattail signing off.